Hey guys, how you guys are doing back there? And I'm so glad you can join me, and thank you so much for inviting me on this brand new video. So Kid Bowman here, and some of you quite new to my channel, and some of you quite returned to my channel. My name's Kid Bowman. I'll be doing some updates about film reviews I'd like to break down in a minute, and some of you quite know for the personal reasons I feel a bit quite overwhelmed lately, and I sometimes get a bit frustrated because my days are quite busy at the moment, and I hardly got college for only 2 days a week for part-time courses at the moment. So I'm sure you can enjoy the video, and let's begin doing the film reviews now, and let's get started, shall we? Alright then, first of all, I would like to break down for this film review about one of the latest films called Internals. It was directed by Chloe Zhao. I think that's the film I have seen last night. I went to the cinema. I think I was obviously enjoyed that film. I think it's Internals. It's a set in a timeline, MCU timeline. I think it's set after Avengers Endgame. And some of you have already seen Marvel movies like Shang Chi, A Legend of the Ten Rings. Some of you had already seen it yet, and also you haven't seen Internals yet, but you should definitely go and see that movie. It was such an awesome movie. That's yet to be the best movie ever. And especially those action scenes and performances were critically cringe, obviously, but I was really impressed with a performance has made by one of the famous actors were made by Angelina Jolie, Kit Harington, Richard Madden, and Salma Hayek. They do have a really such amazing experience has changed. Well, in the part of Phase 4, after having I think there's a few characters in this film. None of them, you don't have Thanos, Black Widow. They're already dead. They're already died already. So I think this films will quite interest me. This entire story was probably changed through generations, many thousands of years. I think Alestro Asherim, who's the creator of Eternals, of 10 superheroes. It has abilities of immortality. They can possibly live in Earth forever. In the start of the story of the scene, every single scene, that's when the evil monsters, they call it deviants, they were trying to kill every human being on Earth, and every millions of centuries ago. This is quite more. I think the story. I think there's a whole scenes like. I think there's a concept. They do have a similar concept from MCU elements like Doctor Strange and Avengers, especially Captain America. That sort of thing. They do have a familiar cinematic experience, has completely changed. So in terms of film production, they do have when the whole scenes will be completely shot on Indian Ocean and London and Iraq. I think those things will quite interest me. I think it's been shot in the real locations, but I think it's some sorts of it's been done with CGI effects. I think some seem a bit cringy, but it looks so quite more realistic, I'm telling you. And I think Eternals, this will become as yet to be the best film ever, since last year I have seen Black Widow and Shang Chi, Legends of the Ten Rings. I think it was really amazing to me. It's if you have you read have you watched any Marvel movies before? And have you read Marvel comic books? Have you watched every single MCU movies all time? Do you think it's best or worst? And I think one of the scenes where it's set in modern day London, I thought I think it's the emergence that was responsible for causing unusual earthquakes. Any one part of the scenes looks so much different. You notice the scenes where when Sophia, who's left with Icarus back in 5000 BC, after the last of deviants were defeated and killed. And I think there's how immortal heroes, they can succeed their mission, protect the Earth and its humanity. How can Icarus felt a bit betrayed to his own family? They can cause the chaos. I thought they left in a home called Olympia. Well, they call it a world planet. As Erisham, he was he lived in the Celestials. He was responsible for creating the deviants, a hideous villainous monster. It has the ability to near mortality, like most humans does. Like 10 superhuman beings with it. I think that's what I really enjoyed about Internals. I think some part of the scenes are a bit cringy and some a bit obviously dramatic. I think there's so much I have enjoyed watching Internals. I think in my opinion, it definitely might become instinct modern classic Marvel comic book ever. I think it's more a bit challenging. I think when one of the fighter team sequence gets a bit more looks so obviously absolute dramatic. One of the scenes in London, a real Camden Market, just around the bridge of the corner. Whereas when the scenes where Icarus returns over 5,000 years, he came back, so he can fight off deviants, so want to protect humanity from them. And I think it's more I know this entire box office has successfully topped a total of $282 million, has hit worldwide. I think it looks so fantastic. I think there's the most Marvel MCU films I have so much enjoyed so far. Especially Angelina Jolie and Gemma Chan. They did a really good performance since MCU. They are so fantastic. I think you'll believe it. I think you should definitely watch Internals in the cinema. It looks so absolutely epic, fantastic, and so thrilling. I think you went to the cinema when you enjoyed Marvel movies all the time. You have to expect more audience. You can expect the audience. They can expect them to show enthusiasm and show impressions. Okay, so that's it for all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video with you about Internals. It's one of almost likely the best movie ever. Okay, so if you haven't already, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to hit this bell for notification, and don't miss out for upcoming content. Especially you can check out my social links just below this video's description. You can support me on Instagram, Twitter and Pinterest. You can support my exclusive content, including story highlights. You're welcome to support me. That'd be really appreciate you guys. So okay, so that's it for all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for another film reviews, and I hope you guys see you a bit later.